Chudasangye Chonamla, Jajubadu Dani Kasuchi, Bagi Chungi Besonamgi, Dola Penche Sangye Dupasho. Chudasangye Chonamla, Jajubadu Dani Kasuchi, Bagi Chungi Besonamgi, Dola Penche Sangye Dupasho. Chudasangye Chonamla, Jajubadu Dani Kasuchi, Bagi Chungi Besonamgi, Dola Penche Sangye Dupasho.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Are you guys hot? Yes. Maybe open the windows behind. Then relax. Okay. Just forget to hot. Then maybe do better. Otherwise, no, too hot. I can do one more hot. Anyway, I'm very happy to meet you, everybody. Also, I would like to say thank you very much for Troyes and here and their family. They put a very beautiful gold color there, stupa. Also, I would like to say thank you, everybody. First everybody donate, then we buy the stupa. Come to Nepal, when you come here, now it is very beautiful painting. It is a very good merit. Then I think now finally my job. I have to put the mantras inside. Also, we have, I think, 3 feet in India. We're making in the server. They are not complete, they are almost complete. But everybody, community work together. Very good benefit. We do merit. We make merit means, do something, these activities. We have beautiful Sambhava statue, beautiful the altar. Even I don't have any idea, I think this kind of the Tamchul and very beautiful things. We have, these things we do, big merits, very benefit. And we keep all the merits together. Then one day they rock. Remember? Rock. Then we have 100% we get result, no doubt. And I would like to say, all the members, students, friends, thank you very much for make everybody together work. It is a benefit for all the sentient beings. We are all one family. All then we have to keep our center very warm. This is the benefit for all the sentient beings, not just one or two, This is we have this kind, place. This is the, you guys support, you guys work hard. Therefore we have this. Otherwise, not exist these ones. This is the chosen around it.
It depends on you.
Depends on you guys. And somebody work very, Waters also very hard work. Then Barbara, minimum, I don't remember that all the names, but anybody work. We do work, someone do this together, then very easy to work. Otherwise, one person do everything, one day they're tired, then they go back. Everybody do it, little bit do this here, someone do this here, someone do this here, then we pick up 4 corners of the table, very easy to pick up. Otherwise, one guy, here, no one hold the other person, then they cannot hold. Therefore, everybody work together, sport is very benefit, very good. I will not say, oh my, deep in the heart, that sympathy.
The depth of my heart.
Dead on my part. I said, thank you. Not just I said this my name.
So I'm saying it as being the resident teacher. So if we do this together and accumulate enough merit, then that we will be able to accomplish the benefits for sentient beings and have the teachings to increase. And every wish that we have will come to ripen.
And the Damchoe Lama is it, the Geshe Ngawang Tenley, Kangi, the road, they want to root it. Shakta, Vegeta, that is what.
So first, Lama Yeshe started the organization, and then Lama Rinpoche, who continued to establish the center, the Kurukulla Center, and then later Geshe taught for many years. So all these beings, doing all these things is to benefit sentient beings.
네 주소에 당본 것 중에 뭐 파시다 너들 요말 종사들로 것 중에 남아있는 로들은 것 중에 내가 지금 나면 또 시시발 뵙살스 이나다 남아선데 또 문제도 was.
So many people who worked for the centers, for the organization, many teachers started, and all these beings they have passed away, but the place that they started is still here for us to use.
내 지금 나도 출연을 삼바대서 지금 아니 내가 지금이랑 계획도 좋다 곧 거기나 내가 말한다 이나야 그럼 나도 새로도 거기나 여기 와서 다 나도 문에 또 뭐마 것도 계속 가르쳐서 말아서 나지 그게 루치야 되시라 깨치 모르겠어.
So there's a saying that even the water moves, the bridge stays, so like that. The people who started the center, who helped to establish the center, have passed away, but the center is still here, and we can benefit great from this. And in the same way, in the future, also for the future generation sake, then we have to help, come together to help to maintain the center.
Maybe after today, to maybe 80 years, maybe the kids here. Otherwise, we all gone. Maybe the kids 80 years, if they're longer. But the centers, if not happened in 2012, the movie, you guys saw the movie? 2012, the wars end. If it's not that happened, then we'll talk about it. If this happens, we have just 1 year. But it's very good.
And so, so whatever we have here now is by the kindness of those people who worked so hard in the past, and also all of you who are supporting at the present. And there are also many people who support the center, even though they don't come to the teachings so much, but they quietly at the back they always support. So I would like to thank all of those people. And so through our work, if even one person comes to the center and says, "Oh, it's very good, very beautiful," and rejoices, and the person will accumulate great amount of merit. So even though we're not supposed to discriminate about the qualities of the statues or scriptures, but when we have beautiful statues, people that everybody likes, and also the place where they where we place them is beautiful, then people like and people come and see and rejoice and feel happy, and that's very good. And so if we can help to support or to maintain the center in whatever way we can, and then that way we will accomplish all those requests or the orders of our previous past teachers.
Okay, this is just my
This is just my opinion.
Then now we talk a little bit Dharma things. Usually if you do practice, this is all Dharma you can practice. But the Dharma you
And so we have to think about practicing Dharma. Why do we have to practice Dharma? Who does it benefit? And so forth.
아니, 다 넘어서려고 지금 무슨 지금 상황이 제공하다. 지금 다 잡고 파마 저기 지금 상황이 맞지가 뭐 조사 많이 봐. 다 수수문이 수수 상도다 나와는 제공을 왔어.
So all of you here who come to the center, to listen to the teaching or to practice Dharma, didn't come, because you were forced by somebody, like a ruler, king, or a law of the country. It's not like that.
근데 맞아 지금 강가 영화대 다 무침보 자자 저도 로종 강가 다 PhD 돼서 자자 이마다 가게가 내서 학원이 되자 그래서.
So when all of you who come here, we are grown-up people. You know what is good for you. You have all the knowledge. You all have graduated with their PhDs in your hands. So you know what is good for you and what is not.
If you don't have the PhD there, what's that? Certificate, but your knowledge is same level. They are talking about to PhD. I'm not anybody holding the PhD, the paper. I don't know. Maybe you must do that. The day by that, not be choosing a sort of parents, not a sort of parents.
So if we practice Dharma, who does it benefit? It's ourselves.
가르치는 데는 남의 치우고 나라야 다 말아서는 가르래. 내가 대화다. 내가 누가 말이더라.
That's because in Dharma what it teaches is that generally we want to have happiness and we don't want any suffering, right?
진짜 단단하다. 맞아 가리나 직강이 자자 쳐다봤대. 왜 내가 하모고 왔지니? 다저 아니 누가요? 점은 못 사셔 같은데 다 저도 용도였어.
And even though we don't want suffering, because of ignorance, we have created so many negative karmas. Those are the causes for the sufferings, and we have created so many of them out of ignorance.
근데 이제 남의 추고 나를 납작 가지고 저랑 뉴스지나 저랑 내 먹여 와서 그래. 대신에 저랑 그 누가냐 말이야. 저랑 뉴스지나 저랑 그 아니 제 그와서 그래. 되는 내가 대바용 거래서 나도 맞다. 남자로 다 그래. 로종 제가 그래서.
So the Dharma, or the teachings of the Buddha, explains what is the cause of sufferings. By doing what you will experience sufferings, and what is the cause of happiness. By doing what you will experience happiness, and so forth.
이 말에서 딱 남소식 가라 카타오 무경이 지금 저는 내 마사나 카타오 된데 카타오의 말세 카타오 이마 고가 사대나 카타오 때 소유체어를 봐.
So somebody who don't like spicy food, hot spicy food, and then other person explains it. This is spicy. This is not spicy, and so forth. While knowing it, after having explained and while knowing it, if the person still takes the spicy food, then that is his own fault to experience the spicy later, right?
근데 인자 나도 나치고 나라 말람자 자샤가 나지 체내 수수 쌈렀다네. 제 때가이나 아니 제거하기 아니 개회샤가 지금 무슨 거야지 다 무개회샤가 되게 너다. 다 강대하게 되어 거예요.
And so if we practice just as it is explained in the Dharma or the teachings of the Buddha, what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do and so forth, then we'll definitely experience the happiness we want and the suffering and not experience the sufferings we don't want.
제인바인자 지금 대양 지금 산지가 소를 세워도 맞고 개개가 납세를 세워도 남의 추구 셰터도 그래서 다야 말이야. 이 누드민도 다 소주 세부터라 삼었다니. 다 그렇다고 그래서
And so what is explained in the Dharma is not just just a belief, saying that this is like this because our teacher said this or because the Buddha said this and so forth. It's not based on that. It's based on logical reasons. And you can check it yourself whether it makes sense or not.
근데 다 대리백이 시위보대 다 미션도 자마자도 세전의 것도 적지. 대단히 나도 생각을 해요. 대개도 수수 삼당하더라고.
So something, how much it weighs, you can tell, by scaling it, by weighing it, not just because somebody says, this weighs this much, not just believing that, but you check it by weighing it, So just like that, the teachings of the Buddha can be checked in that way.
Today, by the 나도 가라라고 사기나 저도 송가를 지금 밖에 보여주신 여와는 담보로 온도 그냥 갈라도 저도 대자서 대이 시절을 얻어서 제가 왔어.
And also the food that the packed foods that you buy, which has the label, you read the label and you believe in what it says, what is written on the label, right?
Maybe the business people doesn't put exactly, but indeed, that thing also you might change colors and it.
But that is only a food, not very important, just a food for a day or two.
다 나주나라 제반에 제가 서른은 들어 때도 대화 돼야겠다 다시 어떤 늦전에 좀 나가다 다 내전에 좀 잡아차고 됐어요 비 데려오지네 아무도 없어 참 돼요.
But in the Dharma, it explains not only it explains the things that's beneficial not only for a day or two, but for life to life until one achieves to the full enlightenment. So it explains everything clearly. If you do this, you will achieve this. If you do that, you will achieve this, and so forth. So it's explained very clearly.
우리가 담보로도 제가 개체버렸지. 이게는 하고 그래서
So first, studying is very important to understand the reality.
아니 투바 몇 공부하대 다 라바 명예지 travel 자도 주발해서 그래서.
So without studying, there's no way you can contemplate or meditate. So they're saying there's there's a quotation saying that a person trying to meditate without studying is like a crippled person trying to climb a mountain.
근데 이 말자 담보로조지 로조 같이 유탄으로 삼렀다. 단데 삼었을 때 검제다. 똑바다 이렇게 얘기를
So the process is that first you study and then you contemplate, and whatever you have contemplated on, then you meditate on it. And if you do that way, then you will definitely achieve the realizations.
If otherwise you don't study, then you try to meditation, maybe you fall asleep. Then maybe a big snoring. 로조 자체가 개체물. 로조 제의 양 레드도 딱딱지고 조금씩 들어와.
And so therefore it is important to study at the beginning, and whatever you have studied also, it is important to analyze on it with the analytical meditation.
어떻게 봐도 다 나도 가와서 뭐 싫어했다. 나도 도시에 지구로 전에 가디나 지금 제대로 다 소소소는 상관없나 가와서 뭐 그래서.
And so if we, think about it, then we're really fortunate, to be able to get together in this way to study about Dharma.
어디 들리라고 이거였더니 다 나도 되네. 다 남는 것만 배우세요. Maybe start to basic program. 다 내가서 딱 가서 다 조시사 있었다고 그래서 달라대 봐서.
So now we'll start from the lam-rim teaching, from where we started last time. We're talking about visualizing merit field, right?
조시사도 다 속사서 일, 저업에서 일, 손음사서 일을 하고.
So the merit field, is a field, for accumulating merit, for making offerings, for making prostrations, and so forth.
그래서 다내 수요를 샘바로 삼로 따네 지금. 다 샘바간에 눈이 요새 삼로 따네. 아니 뒤에 눈에 다 속사를 하셔서 지금 그래서.
So this is all done in visualization. So you visualize or imagine, visualize in front of you in the space, all these holy objects, holy beings. And then in their presence, then you engage in the practice of making prostrations, making offerings, and so forth, in order to accumulate merit. And so now the altar, with the statues and sculptures that we have here, it's like a merit field also for accumulating merit. And so to them, whenever we make an offering, make prostrations, then we accumulate a great amount of merit. So last time we talked about the ground, right? The place. So it is in some way related with the Tantra practice also. So if you have received initiations, then you can engage in full visualizations here. So now actually in the actual visualization of the actual process of visualizing the merit field, according to the Sutra, there are two ways of visualizing the merit field. So one of them follows the concise discourse, and the other follows the Guru Puja, an extraordinary piece of research taken from the miraculous book of the Gelugpas. So the reason why we have different ways of doing the visualization is because of different gurus explaining in different ways. And so here we are following the instruction according to the Guru Puja. So here it says that this practice was the yoga of Gyalwa and Sapa and Shogi Dorje, another great adept. They achieved the unification in only one lifetime by depending on this visualization of commitment, wisdom, and concentration being one inside the other. So you guys are fond of meditation, right? So this is what you meditate. And so it is at this point to recite the ornament for the says trust of the fortunate in the space broad road used by the gods and seen as bliss and void combined at the center of the overlapping banks of clouds of some of the brothers' offerings and so forth. So then you just follow this this instruction for visualization.
제가 관심 많이 다 근데 라셈 대통령님 이시지 주는 다 남거라 바꿔야 돼. 다 대행 소라든지 다 소지도 살려고 그래서 같이 뭐 덤바트에 동화 아니 다 저기 저장 대박 맞춰봐 봐. 대박 저게 동화 이시지 주는 사이 다 남거라 봐. 그래서 깨지 다 대응을 소지 살려고 그래서
And so it says, at this point, your mind apprehends the primal wisdom of inseparable bliss and emptiness. The appearance of this wisdom is made to take the forms of space, the road used by the gods, and within this space you form the matter field visualization. And so, so this visualization, again, in nature, by nature, it is void and emptiness, and so that appear in that form of and the road used by the celestial beings and so forth.
근데 단달라잖아 MG 돈도잖아 아니 다 대동들한테 좀 뭐셔봐야 다 내가 라이지 사파도 자치 먹는 거 다들 냠바고 먹고라 와마도 어디로 먹는 다 근데 지금 연송도 다 너무 다시 해야 되죠.
And so this is the reason you do this first step is in order to see everything as the interplay of bliss and happiness. Here I could discuss many profound things about the way you convince yourself about the bliss and emptiness associated with the meaning of the mantras. Such and now on, within this apprehension, you appear as deity. There are many people in the audience here, however, who have not been initiated into the highest tantra, so this is not the time to discuss these things, and this much we will have to do. So this is what we're going to follow also.
다 간다 간지 다 가는 대지 남걸 아니 건강 주비 단 주비를 좀 선지마다 지는 다 산에서 그냥 다 데려서 사대와 말이지 대라양 다시 당치 오미를 잠수시 뒤나라야 다 배미가 너무 깨다고 대상 당하고 그래서
And so in any case, you must visualize the offerings of some of the water on billowing bank of clouds. And it says, in the center of the precious ground surface is a lake of milk, in which stands a wish-granting tree.
아니 자와서야 봐 아니 동봉가야 봐 다 야가서 아니 배려야 로마 셔야 봐 근데 말은 보신다면 다 되는 시도 말아야 되지 그래서
And so it says, this tree is made of 7 precious substances, golden roots, a silver trunk, and lapis lazuli branches, crystal leaves, red pearls for flowers, jade petals, and diamond fruits.
다 간제만 짓다 소소히 뇌라야 즉 오미자소이가 디나라야 다 신도 배매도 못 친구지 제요 대리 신겠다 야가들로 만들들 연상 보고
And so anyway, so now this is what you have to visualize in the space in front of you. There's a big lake of milk, and in which there's a wish-granting tree, and which the tree's root is made of gold, and the trunk is made of silver, and so forth. So this is just as it is explained here. You have to visualize that.
아니 대야지다 저기 그러니까 희귀지 동보도 성이 이시지 노고 기도도 좀 가리 삼바도 좀 적용할 때 저기 지금 가리 네바이 되지 않고 그래서
And so this is a wish-fulfilling tree, wish-granting tree. It says the tree fulfills all your needs and desires exactly as you would wish, just as the wish-granting gem does.
아 되지 시 되게 지금 하바로 요네 로마서 봐도 직접 잡아야나 아니 뭐 다봐도 다음에 나서 자 죽으자 죽어요 되지 소소 안 필요 고요 상고 그래서
And so, and also, it's not like not just like a drawing, a statue, but rather like a real life, a tree, and the leaves and branches moving, and it says the rustle, of its leaves and so on tells of the 4 seals of the Dharma, that is impermanent, selfless, suffering, and nirvana.
아니 대위들라 다 메톡 현대 지어지게 된다 다 성계 진보 제기도 야 짜대야 아니 다 쇼주지 다 상당 곳에서
And then in the center of that tree is upon a big lotus flower. This is a throne, so a huge throne supported by the 8 lions.
아니 된지 생겨야 돼서요. 다 생겨야 다 나도 생체 그래서 관계가 지금 약으로 강가 그 수준에 됐다고 해서 아니 된지 초대 야 생기게 선물할 때는 근데 이제 되게 아니 라다 아니 메티게 또 강가지 내가 지금도 강가 쓸지는 선물을 들어.
It says that the lion, is the king of the animals, king of the animals, and so depicting a lion, that supports the throne, outshines all other demonic forces.
된지 생기 정 대체워서요. 원수检查마다. 야, 정 실체들이 되나 문제가 실체만. 원 세대들이 요가 되죠.
And so, there are some 8. Some throne is supported by 8 lines, and some supported by 4 lines, and so forth. So if it's 8, it symbolizes the 8 powers, and if it's 4, then the 4 symbolizes the 4 fearlessnesses.
어디나가서 쇼르도 따로 계속 가거나 스케치도 없던 세대들이 말들었고 대신으로들 말들어.
So as you see on the thrones, that is held up by, or supported by lions, and that is the symbolism. That's what it symbolizes, not just for decoration.
다 뒤에도 다 쳐요. 근데 다 밴드 주지요. 그래서 너무 지금 소식 좀 통해와나 되는 마음으로 되려고 그러죠. 주지세시.
And then, so on top of that, so anyway, on top of that throne, then there's you visualize 11 lotus bases of flowers, the seeds.
다 담보들라 빼마 주지. 담보들라 다 먼저 사자. 다 뭐네 지소서 담보 라마 그거는 다 여가들이야. 속사의 시에다 담보 담보도 대되겠다. 빼매 대되고 그래서 빼매 대.
And so you arrange the cushions, right, for the holy beings to sit on. And so these cushions are made of lotus, so it's a lotus cushion.
담보 로르스 것이지. 다 로르스 것이 빼마듯이도 남래야 키워라다야. 다 남고 깨지 먹고 가자. 소소다 연주 체제에서 담보 빼매 되지.
So the lotus, although it is born from mud, but it's not stained by mud. So therefore it symbolizes renunciation.
데이터가 님에데 님한테 마음만 봐지 봐. 또 신도로 이거나 님아 잡아나다 그 주매고 와서 마음 봐지나 또 된동 장치에서 돈이 더 비셔서 해서.
And then on top of that, on top of the lotus cushion, is the moon disc. The sun cushion, sun disc. And it says the sun ripens the unripe. The sun disc that symbolizes the ripening effect of ultimate bodhicitta, the wisdom, understanding, emptiness.
아니 데이터가 다 다외게 돼. 나와도 차가 돼도 누가 세제에 봐서 저 어디 샤주고 선 세제에 들어와.
So then on top of that is the moon disc. The moon's the rays, so the light provides relief from heat, and so therefore it symbolizes the bodhicitta.
어디 다 되게 간지 인주 샹송 야도에 따왔으면 요소 나왔으면 저기에서 다 대성 치다지.
And so these 3 cushions, or the seat, symbolizes the 3 principal aspects of the path: the renunciation, emptiness, and bodhicitta.
아니 야 빼매가 깨워 준비 람다 아니 내가 깨워 준비 람양 소리를 들어.
And then actually it says the lotus symbolizes the small and medium scopes. The sun and moon disc symbolizes the great scope.
어디지? 근데 이마다 땅으로 사사대 다 동고 대가라야 빼매게 되다. 아주 추라고다 슈르라고 그렇게 제사서 왔어.
And so now we have sort of arranged, this place now, right? we have the space, the place. On top of that, then you visualize a milk lake, and then on top there's the lotus tree, and then you have the lotus seat, and the throne, and on top of that you have the lotus in the seat, the dim sun disk and the moon disk.
다 뒤에 강라에 다 스타타이고 라마데 다 가시거든나 수수 라마데 사드나 아니 이제 동원에서 가시거든나 다 이제 지름부시다 원보이를 되는 다 남서 감도 다 지름부시죠 그래서
so then next you visualize the main figure on the lotus base, and who is the main figure of the Guru Puja's merit field. Some say it's Jirimbuchi, and others say it's your own precious Guru, root Guru. And so anyway, so according to, we visualize according to the Guru Puja.
다 라마 로상 통모 도제 장하세 다 라마 지티가는 나도 다 상담으로 들어와.
So it's Shiri Sumbe.
라마 치로상 통모
Lama Losan the Shinsa. Lama Losan Doji Sumbe.
시 시라죠. 다 라마도 다 지름부시 바로 상담도.
Oh, right. So then you visualize, anyway, so according to the Guru Puja, there's, you visualize all these, what we call the stack of beings, the Lama, it's Jirimbuchi, Lama Tsongkhapa, and then Buddha Shakyamuni, and then like Doji Chang, the Vajradhara.
근데 다 등소시당 강사 저 다들 같이 신 찍으려고 삼바이나 다들 삼바요 말로 와서 강사.
So and so here there's the stack of four beings, the Lama, Losong, and then the Tuang and Doji Chang. So the four beings. So you can't think of these as separate beings, right?
다 같이 먼저 나들라 뭐 다들 나야 돼. 다 누이네들 다 그냥 못 집어야 돼.
And so even though in our appearance, it appears as they appear as separate, appearance, but in nature, in reality, they are one being.
다 임베제들 가려서 다들 오더라만 와서 다 모치게 해서 아차 그 도전 창시가 금동 공부도 주정원 놓기 차제지 지금 샤차 타바시 우리 근데 어쩌지 기 넘버 전에서 대니 펜스 때는 맞아봤다고 삼나 다들 놀아야 돼. 강가상에 매를 들어와.
And then it says here, like in that the last paragraph on page 158, in the blue version of the liberation of the palm of your hand, the four are one entity, but for us, Vajradhara is blue, holds a vaja and bell, and wears the costume of the Sambhogakaya. Shakyamuni has this shaven head, wears nothing on his feet, and maintains the aspects of the Nirmanakaya. That's why we never associate the other two together. This is not how things are. Both are displayed in his supreme Nirmanakaya form. Whenever he taught the Vinayas or Sutta, when he taught Tantras, he displayed his Vajradhara form. Moreover, when he taught the Guya Samadhi Tantra, he appeared with Vajradhara. That's Vajradhara with 3 face and 6 hands and so forth.
What did you da kanjamaji daja susu ta
So it's one person, one being, but coming in different appearance, in a different form, depending on what activity he's engaging in. Like if he's teaching this tantra, he will come in the form of the deity of that tantra, and then if he's teaching another deity tantra, then he will come in that form of the deity.
What did you that? 아니 제가 다시 또 받아 다시 셔셔도 거는 거 끊기 되죠. 좀 그냥을 내면 절대 많이 나야. 대지라야 다 자갈라 거는 거 들어가서 그러면도 이거는 다 자고 빼다. 대 지라야 배대야 담바는 조지. 아니 지름 보시 나와서 받아 근데 막 전에 수수 쌓여라 말 뚝 받이 와서 이제 그래. 뭐지라 도 받아야 돼 말해서까지. 이제 가서 찍제 봐지. 다 그거
So as you see, he appeared in infinite numbers of different forms to suit a particular sutra or tantra, yet in reality was still Shakyamuni. So it's a Buddha Shakyamuni. And then also he says that even though he performed the deed of passing into Nirvana, at the end of his life, but even after this, he appeared many times in India as pandits and adepts and taught the Dharma while in these forms. And during the first dissemination of the teachings in Tibet, he appeared as Santarakshita, Padmasambhava, etc., and taught the Dharma. So this way it followed all the way down, and then scholars added for each to teach the Dharma, Atisha, Je Tsongkhapa, and so on. So Je Losang Dapa too is Shakyamuni by nature. So it says even though they are on the same nature, but in different appearances. And so anyway, so the form that you are supposed to visualize, is the Lam-rim, and on top of this this cushion or throne. And then in the center of his heart, in between the two breasts, you visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then at the heart of Buddha Shakyamuni, visualize Buddha Vajradhara. And then at the center and at the heart of the Vajradhara, you visualize a syllable Hum. So then Lama Tsongkhapa, you visualize in the form of a monk, who is wearing the three robes of the monks, the shawl, the skirt and so forth, and then just like you see Lama Tsongkhapa here, who is wearing the pandit's head, and then his hands are in the mudra of turning the wheel of Dharma, and he's holding a hand, the right hand, holding the lotus, which blossoms at the level of his ear, and on top of that there's a scripture, scripture, and so on top of that lotus, is the wisdom sword, and then then there's also the stem of lotus, that he's holding with his left hand, comes up and blossoms at the level of his left ear. On top of that, there's a scripture, of the wisdom, of professional wisdom. And so the pandit's head is like pointed, it's very sharp and pointed up, so just like you can see here in the statue. That they call it. Sorry about the gestures of the Lam-rim. Normally you see the turning of the wheel of Dharma, mudra or hands gesture, but here it says his right hand makes the teaching Dharma gesture, which is like this, and then his left holds a begging bowl full of nectar while making the meditative absorption gesture. So that's the position of the hands.
아니 대양아지 디지는 뭐지 대양 올라야 지그래 와 남나 아니 좀 발라 해보네 아니 두가라 뭐 줘봐 아니 대화라 레이션 상내라 아니 대여져 봐야 대화를 가서 됐다고 그래서 당은 맞jam도 그래서 그래서 맞은데 너무 좀 사서 말 저걸 납신이라고
And the God.
이시다고 어디도 그래서 나 데리고 다 지는 거지 되게 위 둘라야 아니 저거 나봤다비 아니 자다 라이다 저거 아니 나가 나한테지 근데 좀 봐라 아니 대시지 본번 나봤다비 아니 뭐 사지 할 뻔해 아니 되네가 아니 니가라 뭐 줘봐 아니 대화를 해주시 상대가 된 접시
And then also you visualize the 5 Dhyana Buddhas. There's the symbols of the 5 areas sit on the top of the other. Each of their crown protrusion touches the lotus base of the Dhyana Buddhas above it. Okay, so there's what's that? So on the top, on the crown, so on the crown, is the Buddha Velachana. And the throat, and so between here, so not on the crown, between crown and the forehead, is the Buddha Velachana. And then at the throat is the Amitabha. And at the heart is Akshavaya. And then at the navel level is the Ratnasambhava. And then at the secret place is the Amoghasiddhi. And so you visualize having those 5 Dhyana Buddhas on those 5 places.
아니 다 나서 부모가 사지면 좋아지 다 감시하라 감시라 야다 사지 말아시 아니 무속 신체 쭉 된다 근데 자다 생기는 배에 제가 양상이 말아 제 다다고서 가까시 또
감시대가 용시 말아
감시 임시다 감시다 이 말아 시고더라 감시도 사지면 좋아지 대라 이 말아 시
So then also there's these 4 physical constituents are represented by the 4 consorts of these 5 Dhyana Buddhas who embrace these Buddhas. Who embrace these Buddhas. And so you have to visualize these, the 5 concepts like Mamaki and so forth. So these are all visualization according to the Tantra.
And then the social truth was
and then the 4, the 6 sources, like the eye source and so forth. They're also. What's that? So get you to look.
Get you to did the touch, did the two, maybe Jendo,
right?
Zada, 6.
It's 6. So and on top of the 6 sources, and then the 2 on top of that, the 2 the channels and the notes, channels and the notes. So they make they symbolizes the 8 bodhisattvas.
특선하면서 주기 손 내지도 주기 손 주기 손 좋지. 잠깐만 되게 주기 쓰는 거. 주기 쓰는 거.
So the veins, the channels, the veins, and the joints of the bones. So we have like the joints in the bones, and there's 12 joints in our body.
어디 다들 등소를 몰라야 지다 상제를 이와 관심을 지다 상당고 열어서
Cigarette.
어떻게 몰라야 지 상제 말을 해요.
And so on top of that, each joints in the other different Buddhas, so you have to visualize that as well.
아니 지 가도 나도 제대 자상하다 상제를 상당 열어서
So every part of the body, like the mouth, the nose, the tongue, and so forth, can be visualized as a Buddha.
아니 바보는 나도 짜지 상제가 짜들어야 다 짜좀 봐 대화 좀 짜좀 봐 근데 이게 다 근데 이거 뭐라고 지들이 상당 그래서
이건 됐어, 뭐라? 중국어로 이건 이건
이 뿌리죠 바보서 뿌리서 짜서 또 장원 씨 들이 나는데 짜서 바보서
바보서
So
each hair also on that body, of Lam-rim that we're visualizing, is a Buddha. It's each hair on the body.
다 듣는마다 거기 차바지 다 저도 지로야 올라와야 되는 세워요. 사람들 자상치 세워 예 세워 가고 지금 이 발랍시면 나는 저도 그냥 도이나 하고
So if you have come across with the commentary of these explanations, then you read one each and every line or every word, and it will be very clear to you. And I'm not familiar myself, so I don't know it, and even if I read it to you, I don't know if it will be beneficial or not.
어디 다들 되게 당도 동호 도시 장대에서 다들 두 가라 아니 동호지 근데 도시 장치 된 다들 도시 상당히 와서
So this is about the Lama Tsongkhapa that you visualize, right? As the main figure, and then at his heart is the Buddha Shakyamuni, and at the heart of Buddha Shakyamuni is the Buddha Vajradhara.
다 되네 다 이제 도시네 아니 그 지금 나봐 예수가 파는 거네 다 되네 대강아야 아니 다시 쇼지지로 만들어 주고 그래서 봐
도제?
도시네 그걸 봐
도제가 와.
도시 청거 뭐 도시 말 도시 차가 두칼 홍어라 홍어래 아니 다 어디서 봐 단자로 봐배네 아니 예수가 봐배네 저 예수가 봐배네 아니 다시 쇼지지 또 넘어서 주고 상담으로 들어.
And then again, so then now you visualize, that the sixth syllable at the heart of Buddha Vajradhara, which is home, and from there light emanates to the right, and then there appears all these the gurus, the Buddhas, of the extensive deeds lineage.
네, 담보들 파실라마 주니 이제 쉬쉬라 만들어 다 봐봐 돈에 나와서 버텨 네 다시 주니 와요. 저 뒤에 오들 안에 까데메 까데사 이거 남아도요. 남아 주지. 뒤에 올라다 주는 거 줄라마 유시지. 땅을 남아 집에 소진나 진도 와서 대주 상담까지 다시 쉬지. 빨리 쉬고.
디나라도
디나라도 돼. 네, 쉬지라 빨리 쉬어야.
So like it says here, light will come out of the main figure's heart, some go to the right and broaden, and upon them sits the lamas, the lineage of extensive deeds. Now others go to the left and broaden, for the lamas, of the lineage of the profound view. Some rays go out front, for the gurus, who have taught you the Dharma in person. Other rays go behind the lamas of the lineage of the consecrated practices, sit on these, but the slightly higher level than the other groups. But it's somewhat not enough.
다들 달라봐야 다 요소랑 나서 상담하지라마. 봐봐를 나와서 봐야지.
맞다. 이처럼 가르쳐 가서
봐봐 예수.
말해. 이해라도 더 이해라도 더
예수 당고 이게
야초더라.
다시 쇼지 봐봐 통에 나와서 봐야지. 그래서 봐지 주요. 대오들라 아니.
야초 보고 말해.
예, 나 예수라. 예수도 저거 정말 예수 쇼지라마. 아니 대여라 봐봐 통에 나와서 거리고. 대오라 아니 가다 말에 별로 못 쓰고. 대오들라 아니 가다 너무
그래서 야초 정말로
저거 정말 봐봐 통에 나와서 거리고. 봐봐 통에 거기 다시 쇼지라. 대오들라 아니 가다 lam-rim 아니 나오는 거 가지고 거기서 거리고. 대오들라 소소 주는 것도 줄라마 저기까지 따라서 전부 손도 열어서.
얘랑 참아야라.
예성 예쇼. 예.
예 니저 말이야.
맞다. 예쇼. 요거서 양 제시 쇼지로 막. 그거 뭐지? 거기 집어지고 이거지.
말이야. 사무다리.
사무다지. 나 이용실로 사무다지지. 아니 이제 전에 내가 아니 뭐 뭐를 듣고 되고라 양 당에 집어지. 아니 가든
대노 시시셔 가서
아
그래 그래. 되는 돼.
니는도 그때도 잠깐만도 통소거든. 요 그거한테 조선 쪽에 제가 제시 쇼기 때문에 제시 쇼 제당 대의원도 되게 상담까지 램템도 되는데 주변에 이런 모습입니다.
So anyway, so on the right, so the lineage lamas of the extensive deed, and so the main figure is the Buddha Maitreya, and so surrounded to him, are all the lamas or the teachers, of that lineage, the extensive deed, and such as the Asanga and so forth, and and then on the left, is again the light emanates to the left, and there was the two gurus of the profound view, the lineage of profound view, and which the main figure is Jishri, who is surrounded by other gurus, style Nagarjuna and so forth. And so in the front of Tsongkhapa, is the teacher, from whom you have received the teachings directly. And then at the back, like it says, the consecrated practice, the lineage of the consecrated practice.
아니 대여라는 상대주선 상대 대주 지시지 제도지 대응아 대시지를 딱 많이 말죠. 맞거든요.
So it says, I shall now give you the whispered lineage, which I heard from his very mouth, the whispered, and with nothing. Visualize vertical row of figures in this group behind the main figure. All the figures in this row, except for Vajradhara, take the shapes of Manjushri, beginning with the Manjushri himself and going down to your root, your one guru. To this vertical lineage right are the gurus of the Guya Samadha, Guya Samadha and Yamantaka Tantras. Each of these two lineage forms its one vertical line. To the Manjushri's figures left are the lineage of the Heruka Tantra and 16 drops in Tantras. Again, each of these forms its one vertical lines. And then this. And so actually, these are all again in a group of the lineage of the consecrated practice. So within the consecrated practice lineage, there are five groups. All the lineage in all these five groups again starts with the Manjushri and then comes down to different different gurus. Comes down to different gurus. So the lineage of consecrated, the most famous members of this lineage are the Bajadara, Tilopa, Naropa, Prasa, Dobipa, Adisha, and so on. So I think some of them. Himalaya can go to the.
That job is somewhat touchy.
Kilaswe. Kila Palado.
Jinkutala, Egypt, and Jamia, Egypt, and got into the person. Got the Shoja Chimulaja. Telupan, Narobach, Joda. The Nation of Korea, the Dokawas, the Dokawas, the Kuyajakawashi was.
So this is the one way as I pointed out in the profound extensive lineage itself. There is an undegenerated continuous stream of lessons from one lama to the next. One therefore needs not to visualize another lineage. On the other hand, claimed that the consecrated practice lineage consists of members of the Samaja Heruka Yamantaka lineage. The Geshe Ngawang Tenley and also Lama Yongzin Rinpoche claim it is composed mainly of two lineages, the 16-drop lesson of the Kadampa Tantra and the Gelug confidential lineage. So this is the profound instruction that I received from my one precious guru, gives the way to combine these different versions into one. I shall now give to you the whispered lineage which I heard from his very mouth and withhold nothing. Visualize the vertical row of the figures in this group behind the main figure. All the figures in this row except for Vajradhara, the topmost figure, take the shape of Manjushri, beginning with the Manjushri himself and going down to your one guru. To these vertical lines, right are the gurus of the Guya Samaja and Yamantaka, and each of these lineage forms this one vertical line. The Manjushri figures left are the lineage of the Heruka Tantra and 16 drops Tantra. And again, each of these form it is one vertical lines. And Geshe in his written description described a similar arrangement. There are other instructions, but for the further details, you will have to consult the book of the Kadampas. Kachin Namkado just work on the Guru Puja to the Sechok links, recorded discourse on the Guru Puja, the biographies of the lineage gurus of that practice, and both mentioned written of the Sherab Gyatso. So this is again the visualization of the five groups. Again, they were talking about behind Lam Tsongkhapa, the main figure, behind Lam Tsongkhapa, the consecrated practice lineage. So if you see the Guru Puja married field, you see that the group, one group on the right, one group on the left, and then the group on the top and behind.
Maybe that's to be the Tanka than the explain more easy. You guys doesn't know where it's going on. Okay? We bring Tanka, then we say, okay, this called this, this called this, you visualize this. And I was know where it's going.
Also, could each take a group puja book, the front cover, as the very.
Oh yeah, the front cover.
Then everyone can see.
Before you can see the book clean, then next week we more explain, then we be more clean. Otherwise, we don't know you guys what's going on. Usually we have to go down to the course.
So this is what you have to visualize when you meditate.
Then the tongue is yellow to see the kitchen. Then you know that my whole money. Panchush part of the human kiss, the human thing was to his door. Panchush, that the yellow to the killer also, she had the comments or so. Then the Param, Tombo, and the machine, and some of the Pampol, whichever last one that you know, the human goes with it. He is in Geshe, Bachusam, you know, Kolo, Deva, La Reni, Jota Kyoji, Lagosondo, the son of the human goes with it. interpretation.
And so anyway, so this is some part of the visualization. There's still more to come, so we'll go through that next time. So we'll stop here for today. It's page 163, the last paragraph, where it says, next, the lotus base on the first level has 4 petals. Place the 32 deities of the Akshobhaya Vajra system of the Buddha Samaja group on the front petals and so forth. So we'll start from there.
내가 달랑하고 가들랑 어디 지름 보지 그런 거 쉬다도 그런 거 지금 그래다 갈갈 상고요 대시사이 아니 나도 예술을 가리고 쉬사이 예술을 가리고 지금 다 디알로그스 될 가리고 쉬사이.
So I've explained how lam-rim look, and what his gesture are, and what is holding in his right hand, left hand, and who are the group of the gurus on his right, who are the group of gurus on his left, and the group of gurus on the back, behind, and above.
다 선생님 가서 단 되는 거 바로 밤주치기로 다 저기로 해서.
So so again the 11 layers in the front. So we'll go through those explanations next time.
아니 나중에 라마추리 때문에 여러 개 다 못 봐서 두세나 그때 다 들어.
So if you have time, then maybe you can also look at the picture of that Guru Puja merit field. And so if we go through that, and then it says this is, then maybe then it'll be a little easier for you to contemplate on.
아니 지는 거체 그런 거 지금 딱 꺼도 따도 소치 상상도 무슨 마음으로 다 되지. 마주도 안 나게는 너무 없는 거리.
So earlier we talked about the veins, the pores, the joints and the channels, the nodes and so forth. So those are all related with the tantra. So if you have not received in highest level tantra initiation, then it's no point talking about that.
나도 원로시 나도 다른 마음을 가지더니 야배 같은 두 수치 상담하지 말라고 도와주는 거거든요.
So during the initiation, also you are requested, or asked to visualize this way, that way, and so forth. So now you visualize, this coming up, coming down, and so forth. So these are all the same kind.
내가 주먹으로 빠져고 지금 당가로 괜히 아직 레레진에 가지니 당가로 가까이요. 지나는데 다 주고 검전도 있다고.
So next time maybe we will follow the picture or the tanka, and then explain to you this is what this is, and so forth. So it will become kind of more clear for you to visualize.
First you read the book, then after you close your eyes, then you have to visualize this. Okay? Okay, then we stop today here, then we're going to homework. Okay? Maybe today you got a little confused. Let's go on. If you real visualization you have to do, now everything is there. So one by one. Okay? Then you have a guys walk. You guys got it? What are the 4 immeasurables? What are the 4 immeasurables? What are the 4 immeasurables? It's easy.
Before anybody answers, we need to get the microphone for whoever wants to answer.
Just a reminder for everyone, we really want to try to use this wireless mic whenever we answer questions or when we ask questions to make sure that the archive and the internet and all these things can actually hear us. Because these new microphones for Geshe Ngawang Tenley, they cut out all background noise. So it's very clean sounding, but then we can't hear any of us. Or not very well.
Okay, who will have to say?
Yeah, but everyone else. Yeah.
I'll say.
Okay. This is easy.
All sentient beings, may they all have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes.
Yeah.
And may they never be parted from sorrowless bliss.
Yeah.
And may they always abide in equanimity. Free from suffering.
Good. You have to read that this book. They are all there. Okay? What is the difference between what's that? Immeasurable love and immeasurable compassion. Okay? Right?
Immeasurable love is wishing happiness for others, or all beings rather, and immeasurable compassion is wishing them to be free from suffering.
가서 닝지 세메리 동안 다 나서면 삼바들에서 잠바 세메들은 저도 내 나서면 삼바들에서.
Ah, good.
It's only taken me 3 weeks.
아 이게 좀 대박, 이게 좀 봐.
그 다음에 샤워팀에도 그렇지 잘났는데.
다솜래, 다솜 세메, 내 잠바 세메, 잠바 세메 대 말해. 아 이게 저어서 내 잠바 세메, 내 다솜 세메.
집어넣은 거 같아.
말만. 잠바 세메 저도 내 어디 내 맛.
대박 되나.
어디?
다 나서 된 마음을 지켜서.
어디? 이거.
어다트리도 더 좋아해야 되거든. 내가 대나냐 말.
Yes, so that's the answer.
아니 대화는 대화 다 그렇잖아요. 다 나섬 생각에 저러서.
And so then when you say, I'm going to provide them happiness, I'm going to stop them from suffering. So then when you take the responsibility upon yourself, and then that becomes a superior thought, special wish.
가와스는 이거 가는 거지. What is the what's the force?
Focal object.
Focal object of immeasurable joy.
You understand the question?
You got it? You don't know this answer? You don't know this question? What is the focal object of immeasurable joy? 가와스는 이거 가야지.
Mic. Take the mic.
He never does it.
You have to. If you don't take the mic, you
Other
answer.
beings. It's for other beings, Vikram. It's not for you. It's for
Yes,
other people.
that's
It's
right.
not for you. It's not for you. Hold the microphone.
That's the answer to the question. So the object of sympathetic joy would be something like to be very happy in other people's happiness, to be as happy as they are for whatever they get.
생기 때와라, 생기 때와라, 너와치 그래서.
So I will hold the microphone for his happiness.
Yes.
It's not for me.
Joy.
I can hear you.
I don't know, for somebody, maybe you or whoever decided on it.
It should be
쌤에 봐라. 그만. 그만이 대화도 못 잡아서 그냥 불러주자. 골라듣다 그래서. 어디 하게?
It's more like sympathetic joy. So the focus of immeasurable joy would be when other people are happy to be very happy for them at that point. To be a part of their happiness. If one is focused on that, that's the goal.
다 집어넣어라. 너만 밑에 대화도 못 잡아서 아니 너만 밑에 대화도 못 잡아서 아니 불러.
Similar, yeah. So anyways, it's like you said, may they not be free, may they not be separated from the happiness that's free from suffering. Yeah, so you see them being very happy, and it's, may they always be happy, may they never be free from that, may they never be separated from that happiness that's free of suffering. So thinking that is the joy. Similar, yeah.
Was that? Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, also the text says that we visualize ourselves as Buddha and meditate on being able to take all beings to enlightenment. So it's similar, but it's a little more specific.
You visualize ourselves as a Buddha,
Right.
and then imagine taking all
Yeah,
beings to
actually, I
the...
didn't put down the page where it said that. Being in meditating while we're when we're visualizing ourselves as Buddha, meditate on being able to take all beings to enlightenment, feeling joy because of that.
Oh yeah, no, that's different.
That's different part.
Oh, okay.
What was that? Taking the result of the bodhicitta on the path.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what we're talking about. So yeah, there also imagine, also now then you, after you have visualized that you have placed all of them in the state of Buddhahood, then say, oh, now they're all they're Buddha, now you feel happy, joy. And no, that's not the imagined joy you're talking about here. But that's the joy of, seeing them being happy and not wanting them to be separate from that happiness.
It's related to an immeasurable.
Yeah.
Would it be more specific to being
or having joy for somebody else's liberation from samsara.
Shin that's a call the tower thing on the go somebody they were the cousin go to do this.
선지 처음에 봐라 미니 다 고아를 더 정해지 고아 좀 가자. 고아를 다 정해서 보면 그 용기 나고 있어가지고 누가 영해지라고 선지 처음에 미니 누가 미피 대화 담바다 맞아가지고 지금 그는 고아를 다 정해.
내가 담바 열어. 고아를 다 나중으로 내가 담바 열어.
그래야 될 거라고. 고아를 더 정해지라.
저한테 샘제지라 되는 거죠. 그 같은 거 열어서.
아직 샘질에서다. 샘질에서.
샘질.
야 사디 마스 샘질은 저쪽으로.
So what kind of the definition, where it says that the sentient beings, you focus on imaginary sentient beings who are happy, and then wish them not to be separate from that happiness. And so you can also, I think, you can feel that kind of joy towards beings who are free from samsara, because they are still sentient beings, right? They're not enlightened beings, so therefore they are still sentient beings, but they're free from all the sufferings, and they have this happiness. And then one, you wish them not to be free from those, separated from those happinesses. Yeah, I think you can say that, but not sure. I think so. And so you focus at immeasurable sentient beings and wish them not to be separated from the happiness that's free from suffering.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, now last question. They have not answered. Who will give the answer? Who is the person who cannot understand the meaning, then he or she contemplate and cannot achieve realization when he meditation? You got it?
Meditation.
Yeah. Meditate.
Read it properly.
You got it?
I work very hard to translate.
Okay. Who is the person who cannot understand the meaning when she contemplates and cannot achieve realization when he meditates. You have got it? Okay.
Such a person was described two different ways. One as a person with a feeble mind, and another as a person with a thick layer of karmic obscuration. Obscuration.
Who is that person?
Obscuration, thank you.
Who is that person? Raise your hand. Right? Who's the person? Raise your hand. Yeah, me either. Me too. Me too.
So you have to know yourself.
Right. Usually sometimes we tell, oh, this is that person, we are not there. But we don't understand. We don't achieve the result. Whatever, how many times we visualization, how many times we mantras, that we don't get anything. It's for that,
So that's ourselves.
Then what do we do? We just sit there, or we just pray Buddha?
What do we do next?
Keep practicing.
Huh?
Keep practicing.
Try to
Accumulate more merit.
We have to accumulate merit. So the reason why we're not able to understand the meaning when we contemplate, or not able to generate realizations when we meditate, is because of these thick karmic obscurations that we have in our mind. And so in order to remove that, then we have to accumulate merit.
Anyway, if you are same as me, don't think I'm not thick.
I have. I don't have thick kamic obscuration.
Yeah, I don't have thick kind of
Obscuration.
obscuration, okay? We are, I don't know, maybe you guys, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm that kind of person.
So by understanding that oneself is that kind of being, it is important to accumulate merits.
I thought she said this kind of person is maybe she doesn't raise her hand, maybe she won't understand. She won't her. It's very good she understands. Very good practice. Otherwise we say, oh, maybe he, maybe she, maybe he. I'm not there. But this is very good. We know, understand.
So that shows you understand.
Okay, then you have any other questions? Okay.
Today we studied a little bit about the fourth of the preparatory rites, and the first three are, today was great. It seems like a lot of for tantric practitioners. But the question I want to ask you is it possible to do the same thing, to petition the merit field without practicing tantra, in a very simple way? Because this seems to be very heavy duty. So how does one who does not want to practice tantra just petition the merit field? Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible. What? And it's easy to do that. You sometimes want. Sanjay does it. Some kind of student does it. Some thing on the shop, pitch over the other things.
You don't have to go into all those detailed explanation, detailed visualization of each and every deity, the pores and the joints and the veins and so forth. So you don't have to visualize that. You can just think that there's a Buddha in the space in front of you, and surrounded to him are all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the gurus of all different lineages and so forth. You just think that they are there, and in their presence, then you are making these prostrations and offerings and so forth, and that's good enough.
You don't need to go to the details. If we talk details, they explain details here, then we have to talk a little bit other also, and you cannot jump. Okay? Okay, yeah, maybe you're first.
It's not working.
Yeah,
It's not. I
It's
think,
working.
and Mark,
I can
hold
do
it
it.
away.
It's working, it's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about in the Guru Puja, you talked about the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, and we also, when we do prostrations to the 35 Confession Buddhas, we also prostrate to the Dhyana Buddhas. So I have a 2-part question. One, can you talk a little bit about this, of the Dhyana Buddhas, and this relationship and how we also prostrate to them in the 35 Confessions practice? And also, maybe can you talk a little bit about how Akshobhya and Medicine Buddha are related?
So it's the same being, same Buddha. So sometimes appearing as Medicine Buddha, sometimes appearing as Akshobhya. So it's the same being. When you're going there, you're in that form. When you're going here, in this form.
Just what kind of someone temper, and you got to get the
So, so whatever kind of disciples that he has to teach, and he will come in the form that will be most beneficial for that disciple.
그렇지. 매날에다 가서 가가지고, 겨울에다 가서 가가지고 그저 말해서 가가지고 마치 그네 나라는 그냥 로마로 앞에 딱 이제 가면 안 되고
So it's not like the Buddha, Father and Buddha are separate from Buddha, medicine Buddha. So it's you can have them in everywhere, medicine Buddha in everywhere in different forms.
그냥 로마로 나서 가봤는데 이제 몸만 배도서 지금 이렇게 봤어.
이제 뭐
로마.
로마 가는.
또 시지 가는 이제 가는 앞에.
So you can see the Tara in all four classes of tantras.
그래서 회의와도 얘기도 말해서 말까지 대자도 가득가득 동원은 가득에 그거는 대대 남았던 배우를.
So it's not that there's different taras. It's the same tara coming in different classes of tantra.
네가 빼셔도 나갔던 거 빼들 잘 참전이라고 나 무지개 맞이 나가도 참고 시험하지 그 대한 시험하지 야야는 참고 시험하고 뭐 맞다 주어요.
It's like a performer on the stage, coming in different costume. And so when you're dancing in this, in this role, then you come in this costume. And then when you're performing a different role, then you come in this different costume.
Okay.
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 Quite the audio call shot.
Yeah, we have the next one. Okay. Yeah.
What are the four fearlessnesses? And they explained about the beginning, the four fear, the lions, or like the four fearlessnesses.
아니, 주된 말은 뭐지 봐. 딱뻥 말은 뭐지 봐. 주된 말은 뭐지 봐. 남된 말은 뭐지 봐.
주된 말은 뭐지 봐. 남된 말은 뭐지 봐.
주된 말은 뭐지 봐. 주된 말은 뭐지 봐. 남아주 남된 말은 뭐지 봐. 아니, 똑바 뻥 말은 뭐지 봐. 똑바 뻥. 뻥에 있는 뭐지 봐. 같이 사직이 있더라 되지. 뭐지 봐. 지금 값이면 하시고
그래서 뻥을 뭐지 봐.
뻥 더 그랬어. 주된 더 그랬어. 남된 더 그랬어. 저 시험 말할 때 진짜 막.
So it says no fear to teach Dharma, no fear to show the path, no fear to abandon. So no fear or not afraid to show the path.
How many?
4.
You got 4?
Said that was number 2.
3.
3.
Yeah, I don't remember. One, I don't remember.
So those are actually the qualities, the excellent qualities of the Buddha. And so it's would be able to abandon anything it has to be abandoned. And will not be afraid of abandoning anything. Will not be afraid to teach. Will not be afraid to show the path.
Okay? Now you miss one. If someone knows this story, you know, we can study more. We need study this as a for
So during the 4th chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization.
Remember?
4th chapter, Geshe taught.
Also we study 70 topics. That we also study. But we forget. The 70 topic we can find it easily. Okay, now we stop, okay? We also have to do some other things today. Oh yeah, good place.